Peace and love. So Naphtali here, and in this video we'll be looking at Mercury retrograde and what energies are present for this Mercury retrograde, what we may be experiencing, what we may come to experience, what energies the retrograde is bringing in. We will begin this with the Moonology Oracle deck, and we'll see what energy comes out first. Obviously, with every retrograde, there's a purging of old emotions, past traumas, things that we need to heal from our past to go forward, being the strongest that we possibly can. Okay, and that's what we have coming out. We have New Moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. This is what this retrograde is about. Again, majority of Mercury retrogrades are about the purging of old emotions, but this is what we're being called to acknowledge at this time, specifically fears that are holding us back, fears that cause us to have anxiety, fears that stop us from believing in ourselves and who we know ourselves to be and what we know that we can become. With the Scorpio energy, I'm also getting a sense of stabbing yourself in the back. And it's not stabbing other people in the back, it's literally stabbing yourself in the back. It's about you being your own personal devil. And for you not to be that, that's where the clearing of these negative emotions comes in. And don't allow yourself to pull yourself back from having these negative things within your mind space. So let's pull another card. Work through your fears. Also, there's an intuitive sense regarding this Mercury retrograde. It's about more, okay, I'm being shown going with your internal compass, like you are to follow your own intuition, your intuitive ability to know which direction to go. In one of the last videos that I posted, I was speaking on the galactics, and I think it was in the starseed reading. And the fact that galactics and beings from other star systems are kind of putting the brakes on, and they are allowing us to deal with our own Earth experience. There's less interference from the galactics. Not that they're not stepping in and helping or allowing us to benefit from their energy, from their knowledge, from their understandings of things, but they understand that we now have the capability to push ourselves in the right direction, to share our own light instead of having to rely upon the light of the galactics. And this is what it's about. It's about you using your internal compass, you using your own intuition to be guided. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. What I'm getting with this is that the answers are within you. Okay, yes. So as you go through this Mercury retrograde, you may begin to realize things that you didn't realize. When you are looking, once old emotions, old memories, old feelings, old thoughts are coming back up, and you're able to kind of see them in your mind space, you're then able to gain a better understanding of situations that happened in the past, of why things happened the way that they did, of how they pushed you to become this person that you are today, and how maybe people that left your life was meant to leave your life. And again, the answers you need are coming. The answers are within you. The answers are most likely going to be revealed towards the end of the retrograde. Okay, so this is the time when you need to, this is what I'm getting with this card, it's more so about you acknowledging your own healing. Again, it's a retrograde, and it's about not allowing others' healing to prevent you from continuing your own healing. Like, what I'm getting is that this retrograde, many might be feeling it, many might be feeling their past worries and traumas coming up, and you may have the tendency to want to deal with theirs because that stops you from having to deal with your own. But what I'm seeing is that it's important that you don't allow yourself to be distracted from your own healing, from the things that you need to acknowledge and clear. Okay, I don't know, I'm getting something to do with siblings and people that are so close to you that they feel like siblings. Just one more card, please. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Okay. So I'm getting that there needs to be a support in your brothers and sisters, and it may be speaking on blood relatives, or it may be speaking on just other beings on this plane of existence, your brothers and sisters, other human beings. I'm getting that. Okay, it's bringing me back to when I was speaking of you not kind of acknowledging others' healing and you just focusing on yours, and that's what you need to do, is focus on your healing and not be distracted from your own healing. It's saying that there is also support in that. There is support in you allowing somebody to deal with their healing on their own. Solitude is healthy, solitude is beneficial, solitude gives you a chance to study yourself, get to know yourself and heal yourself. That's why it's saying look at the bigger picture. Don't feel that you're being spiteful. Don't feel that you are kind of ignoring somebody's healing or being horrible. It's just the fact that you are acknowledging your own healing. And you can only really, to help others is to help yourself, and to help yourself is to help others, vice versa. Okay, so I've left my tarot cards upstairs, so just bear with me 1 minute and I'll be back. So we're just going to pull some tarot and see what we have coming forward for this month's retrograde, Mercury. I may put a video up today with my guide Roger, as I feel that he has a message to give, but I also feel that Gaia has a message to give also. So we may do that in one video. But we're just looking for some cards on Mercury retrograde. So we have the Sun. I'm getting that everything's being illuminated. Okay, and it's funny because at the beginning when I said this retrograde is more focused on fears, and obviously there are other negative emotions and other negative memories and things that can come up, but there is a main focus on fears, and I think collectively there's a focus on fears. When I pulled this, it was that fears are being illuminated, fears are being exposed. The light is exposing the darkness, and it's collective fears that we're releasing. It's the what if, or for some reason I'm getting this fear to do with the collective, because this is what I'm actually feeling, and it may not have been expressed collectively, but what I'm feeling is that within the collective there is a need to, I don't know why, but I just feel I want to say like demand rights or demand knowledge or demand truth. It's just that we are ready for something, we are wanting something, and the fear of demanding or the fear of going against the grain is being released, because whatever is not the way that we live is not the one way that we can live. There's many ways, but in striving towards those other possibilities of reality, that is going against the grain, and we need to become comfortable in going against the grain to have movement, to transform, to progress. We can't be comfortable in the place that we are, because that doesn't enable us to expand ourselves and find comfortability in elevated states. So there's this releasing of that fear, and also the fear of unknown. Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands, and I'm getting major manifestation at the moment, and the High Priestess. So definitely getting a major manifestation, and I feel like it's a collective manifestation, and it's of truth, of knowledge, of information, of elevated states of consciousness. We are bringing it in. There's something to do with the Magician. That's the manifestation element of it. But I'm getting that we are ready, and there's an element that we are grounded in terms of we're grounded in where we want to go. I'm seeing the collective, but just basically like the world with lots of people. But I'm seeing that those in the spiritual community have grounded enough energy to build on top of it. So I'm seeing the root chakra, and I'm seeing that because that it's like I'm seeing everything, all the minerals and information and just all these different components go into the red root chakra, and it's like once that chakra is filled, then every other chakra can come and place themselves on top of it, because there needed to be that support system for the rest of them to be able to, I don't know, I want to say, I can't explain that well. I'm so sorry, I can't explain that well. But it's that there's a grounding of spiritual energy which is within the collective. It's that every single being has this grounded kind of spiritual energy within them now, and that is driving us towards these new beginnings and these elevated states of consciousness. And what I'm getting is that people can't actually see what's going on. They can only, they can't feel what's going on. They can only see it. They can see that things are changing. They can see that there is a lot of things being exposed, but they can't feel it. They can't feel why. They can't feel whether this is something for the good, if that makes sense. But there needed to be the grounding of that spiritual energy so that things could be built on top of it. I don't know why, but there's just this element of the root chakra needed to be filled, and collectively we needed to be grounded, and collectively we needed to be able to accept that there is more to life than physicality. And because we've now come to a place where there is a collective understanding that there is more to life of physicality other than physicality, that enables things to move faster. It's almost that once that root chakra is formed collectively, all the other chakras can come and now sit on top of that and do their role. And once each chakra comes in, it's almost that time speeds and the progress speeds and the elevation and the expansion of Earth and the people on it increases because of the alignment of the chakra system collectively. Too many cards. Seven of Swords. I need another card for this card, I don't know why. But I'm just being called to pull another one for the Seven of Swords. For some reason I'm getting when time is travelling so fast, it begins to slow down. We have Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. So this Mercury retrograde is bringing in, I want to say it's bringing in truth, but it's not just bringing in truth, it's helping and increasing our ability to absorb the truth as well as ground that truth into our systems. It's also making space for truth to come in. And that's with the clearing of the fear. And again, I'm feeling that spirit guides and ancestors and guardian angels, they are still here, they are still present, but they can see that there is, I just feel like there's enough people working for the greater good of planet Earth and the beings on it, that they feel that the galactics and other beings of other realms feel less inclined to have to interfere. I'm hearing that we have leaders on Earth that are for the greater good of mankind. And really, that's who we should be looking to, they're saying. We should look to them because that's their role, to lead. But I'm seeing like not leaders that are currently in power, leaders that are just part of the people. Okay, so I think we will pull one or two cards from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck and see what we have coming forward. Right now I'm getting something to do with leadership though, and this Mercury retrograde. A fresh approach. Okay. For some reason I want to say God. And that can be whoever, whatever you consider God to be, or even Gaia. But there's an element of trust. Like, I feel that whoever that is, or whoever this being is, or whatever energy this is, they found trust in us. And I do feel like this is, I just want to say God, I don't know why. But they now have trust in us and the beings of Earth. They're obviously not in every single one of those, but they can see the change. They can see how far we've come in a short period of time. It's almost that our consciousness has expanded really quickly in a very short period of time. For some reason, I want to say 6 months or 8 months. And they now have enough trust in us to do what's right, basically. And that's this fresh approach. The fresh approach is that we are kind of left to our own devices to make the changes that we need, to make the changes that are necessary for the greater good. And I'm being shown the wider universe, the changes that we make and the decisions that we make for Earth and the beings of Earth don't just affect Earth, they affect everything, because Earth is a part of the wider mechanism. It's just a small component of it, just as we are a small component of the greater universe. So it's important that we remember that, and that whilst we're making decisions, that we are making them from the heart and for the greater good of everything in this universe, in the multiverse, and beyond that. And I'm be ready for the incoming of knowledge and information, because times are about to change, and knowledge and wisdom is also about to change, and for everybody. Understanding of things is about to change for everybody, because I'm feeling that there's going to be a collective increase in vibration, and what I'm getting is not that everybody's vibration is going to be on the same level. Whatever vibration you are at right now, you are going to be at that vibration, but you are going to raise from that vibration higher. So if somebody's here, that's just not that anyone's below or above, but if somebody's here and somebody's here and the collective vibration is increasing, both of their vibrations go like this. They don't go like this and increase, they stay wherever they are and then increase from there. So everybody's understanding is going to change and increase and develop. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there for this Mercury retrograde read. I thank you for being present with me. Peace and love. Ashe.